Welcome. My name's Chris Scott, and this podcast was originally recorded for the UK Wine Show with the WST Level 3 in mind. We've re-edited this podcast for the WST Level 3 podcast now, so I hope you enjoy it. Hi, I'm with David Paxton, owner of Paxton Vineyards in McLaren Vale.
Hi Chris, McLaren Vale's just 40 kilometres south of Adelaide on the Fleurieu Peninsula in South Australia. It's actually constrained in a valley surrounded by the Adelaide Hills on one side, the Onkaparinga River on another, and St Vincent's Gulf on the third side. And there are only three sides in this particular valley. St Vincent's Gulf is a warm body of water as it extends at least 230 kilometres into the South Australian outback. This therefore modifies the climate and gives us what you would call a very maritime climate, which gives McLaren Vale a unique viticultural difference because we make some, our specialty is fruit-driven red wines.
Fruit-driven red wines. GSM, I understand, Grenache, Syrah, Mourvèdre.
Indeed, they are the varieties that thrive there, and historically they've been the varieties that have done very well there. And we're going back into before the last century, back in the 1800s. There was a period where everybody got a bit sick of them and tried growing everything else. Now we're back growing Mourvèdre and Grenache Shiraz. The other variety that does particularly well there is Cabernet.
Yep.
And recently, the Cabernet from McLaren Vale has really won quite a lot of awards and recognition all over the world. So it's really a slightly multifaceted red wine growing area. But they are the three varieties that seem to excel. We of course grow whites, and we're somewhat in the shadow of the Adelaide Hills, although we are growing very interesting and increasingly recognised Chardonnays, and then there's a myriad of other white varieties, but Chardonnay and the reds are our main staple.
Fantastic. There's a bit of altitude in McLaren Vale as well. You're not exactly on the coast.
There is very little altitude. Yes. The Adelaide Hills around us rise up to about 300 metres only. At the top end of the valley, yes, that would probably be at 150 metres, perhaps from sea level. The main part of it is about 40 or 50 metres above sea level.
I spoke to some people in Perry Estate, yeah.
Well, they could be well up in the... they've probably got some... I think they've got vineyards up at Blewett Springs, yes, so they would be higher.
Okay, that's fine. GSM is Grenache, Syrah, Mourvèdre, the three grapes. You talked about Cabernet Sauvignon as well. Blending those three grapes, is it always done as a blend? Because, Shiraz, you normally think of things like Barossa, whereas McLaren Vale, I always think of those three as a blend for some reason.
Yeah, there's a lot of people blend the three, and in our case, we blend just Grenache and Shiraz. But there is certainly everybody has a straight Shiraz or two.
Yeah.
So the main focus on McLaren Vale, even though Barossa has the name, one of the great focuses is on Shiraz, and our style is different to the Barossa, and it is a fruit-driven style.
Do you want to just fruit-driven style? Because Barossa is quite a heavy style of Shiraz usually.
Yes, it is, and it's our Shiraz, for example, have all sorts of bits and pieces in them, but they always have a little bit of chocolate and mulberry. So it's really quite a flavoursome little mix, and we can grow big heavy Shiraz as well, but we as a district are tending to steer away from that and go for a slightly more elegant style of winemaking.
Fantastic. Okay, then David, we'll wrap it up there. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, Chris.